In this video, added to the Sagittarius series that I have already established, we're gonna unpack Sagittarius and movement. This is a very important theme that for those who are going to be part of the Sagittarius bootcamp, um, we're going to focus on, because a Sagittarius, in the previous series, if you've been following the series, Sag, you know that I've been going on about you guys and your stomach, right? And you know that your stomach, as a solar plexus energy, that really defines a lot of character traits, a lot of how you're going to feel, how you react, and how you engage with your intuition. But most importantly, your stomach dictates, equally so, your probability of movement. Now, movement is a very important thing for you, Sagittarius, because there is a tendency for a Sagittarius, when they feel overwhelmed, which is equal to an empath telling me, Nathaniel, when I go to a family function, I just take on a lot. When I go to any environment, church, work, I take on a lot. And where a Sagittarius takes on a lot is in their stomach. So when they are not moving energy and they're not aware of the intuitive energy that Sagittarius essentially has over the stomach, and how, if movement is not a thing, it sits and collects. Whatever happens in the stomach and the waist is going to happen equally so in energy and depletion. And that's why the root chakra, which is the base of your spine, back issues follow. So movement in maybe a Sagittarius who regulates well, movement is vitally important, first at an energetic level. Because at the energetic level, if there is movement, I know that your stomach is essentially digesting. So maybe not food in this case, but if we think of energy as food, if there's regulation in knowing how to regulate emotions by talking about it, Sagittarius, and not keeping that shit to yourself, acting like you fine, then a Sag has a phenomenal experience. The Sag will feel very light, very flowy. The diet will be equally so. The way your solar plexus essentially regulates will also allow you to regulate emotions. So mental health won't be an issue either. And on top of that, the spine will be very, very kind of like, it won't be put under pressure. It won't be given so much to, hold anymore. Now, if this at a base level is understood and there's nice regulation, the next level of movement that needs to be implemented is the idea of moving, as in location wise. Truth be told, a Sag can't stay in one place. It's not healthy for your mental to be in one place. If the philosophy of your stomach, the solar plexus, dictates that I eat food and then it digests, it means that things always move. There's no such thing as I eat food and then it stays in one place. It comes out the other end. So in the same way, a Sagittarius needs to take in an environment and then move. Whether that's after 3 years, whether that's after a certain point, but movement is essential. So if you are Sag and you are in a job environment, I'll say take in that job environment, minimum 3 to 5 years, and then you have to move. If you're staying in a place for more than 3 years, 5 years, mental health issues are going to kick in. You're going to say that time is not there to be able to cook for yourself, care for yourself, and there's just no time. So movement becomes very important as just a tool to realize that new provides your a stimulation in the mental, new environment provides a stimulation in your energy, and because it's a new environment, you have to adapt accordingly, and that essentially becomes something that invigorates your stomach, your auric field, because not too too many places are the same, and whatever you feel guided to, that's where you should go. Now, another specific area that I'll just say preferentially you will do really well in is coastal areas. It doesn't mean you must live 5 minutes from the beach. Um, Coastal means that you are close to water and water moves. You don't go to the ocean because it stands still. You go to the ocean because it moves. And not every month and time period at the ocean is going to be the same. There's going to be beautiful days and then there's going to be miserable days. So, for example, if you're a Sag, I'd say Eastern Cape, um, KZN, and the Western Cape. You will love it there. There will be something about the coast that pulls you. Even if you live 1 hour away from the ocean, you are still feeling the effects of that beautiful water. People underestimate how much energy gets offloaded onto the land. But trust me, 1 hour away from the ocean, you are as good as 5 minutes away from the ocean. There's something about being in these particular areas that will really resonate with you. If you're from the States and you live maybe close to Florida, close to Miami, but not like the actual city, but more just the natural area. If you're in the UK and you're in Brighton, I think it's Brighton. Brighton has a ocean, I think, if I'm not mistaken. This is, you get the gist of what I'm getting at. Where there's flow, you will do really well. So it's not just about moving anywhere, Sagittarius. You will note that moving close to the coastal areas will really hit home for you. There'll be something about that coastal area and coastal living that resonates with that energy of yours, that stomach of yours. And this is very important, the theme of movement at varying degrees in your life, Sagittarius. You can't stay in a job for too long. You can't stay in an environment where you're working for a business and working for a boss for too long. There's always movement you have to make. Every year, there should be a target, or every 3 years to 5 years, there should be a target of, cool, I've hit this period, this time, in this theme of my life, I need to move. And same thing with relationships. If something doesn't serve you, it's not serving your stomach. If there's no digestion, then there's only bloating. So this is either bloating at work and not in the physical. I'm talking about in your energetic level. You are bloated. In your work, in whatever you do for a living, bloating takes place. Where you live, bloating takes place. Staying too long with someone, bloating takes place. And when that happens, mental health issues kick in, addictions kick in. And the only shitty thing about Sagittarius is that you will never know they're going through it because they're very good at masking it and hiding it behind their niceness. And I don't know about you guys, but I don't like nice people because nice is a mask. Honest is very, very different. Honesty is it's just the truth and I can deal with that rather. But nice, Sagittarius has a thing about just being nice and that being a cover. So you'll never suspect that a Sagittarius is going through stuff. You'll never suspect that they've overextended their stay and bloating is now kicking in. They're not really happy at work. They're not really happy in the apartment they're staying in. They're not really happy in the environment they're living in. You guys can't do high, dry areas. Coastal areas is what really feeds your energy. But all of this, I really unpack when we in the boot camp together. So if you're keen, Sagittarius, if you don't know, boot camp is happening end of May, and yeah, we're taking on 5 Sag. So how you know you qualify to be part of the boot camp is your natal chart will tell you. If you're really Sagittarius, like Sagittarius Moon and Sagittarius Mercury, or you have 2 placements of Sagittarius, that's a minimum requirement. If you were Sagittarius Stellium, perfect. This video will definitely resonate with you. And if you have more placements, obviously you're up for it. But really only come if your stomach tells you to come, Sagittarius. It's not something that you must think about, and I'm not trying to force you either. It's something in your gut must say, I feel like I want to talk to this guy and work, not play and work. We're going to do work, Sagittarius, over 4 weeks. And we're going to be brutally honest. That nice, cute stuff, mask stuff, we don't do in the boot camp. So you have a Pisces here. That's who's running this. Not a, oh, comes it. It's a Pisces. We're full of nonsense. But you'll like us. But we're full of nonsense. And you know this already. Sagittarius is never too far away from a Pisces. So, I share this information with you, Sagittarius, even if you don't join the boot camp. As part of the Sagittarius series, it's a nice way to just peel back the layers of movement and the degree or how important this theme of movement is. From a biological level, you need to have movement in your stomach. Digestion must take place. If you don't have a body that digests food, there's issues. If you don't have movement in your in how you work out, in how you move your physical body, you do yoga, you're walking, you're doing something that pumps your heart, you're gonna have issues. If you're not moving after being in a place for 5 years, working in a place for 5 years, you're gonna have issues. If you're living in an environment for longer than 5 years, for longer than 3 years, you're gonna have mental issues. It all relates to the same flippin' thing always. And your addictions are gonna keep you a little bit longer as a sustenance, like a power bank. But it's only gonna go so far because your mental health starts in your stomach. And if your stomach keeps bloating and bloating, even at a solar plexus level, then the root chakra takes a knock, and then you're gonna get comfortable. And there's nothing worse than a Sagittarius that's comfortable. Nothing worse than a Sagittarius that's comfortable, because this means that you stay in one place and you just linger and linger and linger and linger. And lingering only starts allowing you to be comfortable in something that only hurts you, doesn't promote any kind of health at all. Keep this as just something to listen to, digest, and don't just instantly say, yeah, that's correct. Just work through it as an idea. Keep power, and then you'll see whether it resonates with you. Whether you are a young Sagittarius or whether you are older Sagittarius, just know I put out a video in that Sagittarius series telling you about travel. And even in that video, I said travel is a theme, but not just thinking travel as in going and seeing countries, but even travel within self. I mean, one of the biggest journeys that you must essentially take on is going deep within thyself, unpacking who made you, the quality of your lineage on your dad's side, the quality of your lineage on your mom's side, having a very kind of detached viewpoint of what you were made from, what the theme of the lineages are, and then understanding that journey also as traveling, as opposed to just staying in the body and saying, I am my physical body. I am a woman. I am a man. I am a human. The traveling theme goes even down to, no, you need to go further, go deeper. And that's exactly what we're going to explore in the boot camp. Not too deeply, because I'm assuming we're going to have a variety of Sagittarius. And I can only really work with Sagittarius deep when you guys are older. Then I don't have to deal with your masculine energy that thinks it knows things. At least when you're there by 55, life has humbled you. Nice. Can't have any opinions. You'll be like, no, Nathaniel, you're right. I'll say, no, it's the truth. It's not me. It's just how things are. But hopefully this serves you and offers you insight into who you are. And the least you can do is just try. See what happens when you just move. And like I said, your minimum 3 to 5 years for anything. Eat, and then change after 5 years. Live, and then change after 5 years. Have a mindset and a psychology about something and say, yeah, I'm living like this, I think like this, and then after 5 years, just shift. See what happens. See if it doesn't help the mental health. See if it doesn't help your well-being, how you feel, how the stored energy does not kind of elicit out of yourself as potential energy. See what happens.